stuff.
He says, welcome to a Let's Play video. And we are watching Nobody Wanted This Adorable Kitty.
You'll certainly have tears in your eyes, just like I did, when I tell you the reason no one wanted to adopt this precious kitten. It seems hard to believe that people looked at this kitten and judged him by his looks and not his heart. I wonder if animals judge us before they're adopted. It would be silly to think that a cat says, my, what a big bushy beard you have, or, oh my, are you telling me that I'm going home with that rather robust woman? Of course they're not. You'd never see a cat turn its back on a person with a disability, but humans do it all the time. We're so intelligent that some humans have left their humanity behind. The little kitten in this story was born with water on the brain, and his tiny legs were all twisted. That didn't stop him from dreaming about finding his loving forever home. Rescuers at the Dallas-Fort Worth shelter that he was at were sincerely hoping that some kind person would come to his rescue and give the precious furball the loving care that he deserves. However, like many people would, they worried that no one would want to adopt a kitten with a disability. Boy, were they wrong. A woman all the way from the other side of the country gave this sweet kitten its second chance at life. The kitten's name is Zeke, and at just 13 weeks old, Nancy Lynch, along with Kaylee's Palace Rescue, saw him in the DFW shelter and rescued him. When Zeke's pictures were posted on Facebook, people reached out to the newly formed Superheroes Animal Hydrocephalus Society. They knew of another cat named Superhero who also suffers from hydrocephalus. The moment Lisa of Superheroes Animal Hydrocephalus Society found out about Zeke, she contacted Nancy, and along with Shaw's, they gave Zeke the assistance he would need to be healthy again. Lisa and Nancy were both very proactive in Zeke's rescue. They did their best because they both had the kitten's best interest at heart. When he made the flight from Texas to New York City, Zeke weighed just 14 ounces. Little Zeke had been born with a medical condition known as hydrocephalus, which is a condition that causes water to form on the brain. This in turn puts pressure on his brain. Zeke's tiny legs are all twisted, but that doesn't prevent him from living a happy life. He just walks on his elbows or hops like a tiny kangaroo. According to Lisa, in spite of the fact that Zeke has disabilities, he's just like any other normal cat, and he's got a lot of abilities too. Here's Zeke after spending the day playing hard. Zeke is a smart little kitty. He knows his name and comes running as fast as he can when he hears someone calling it. Zeke does have his share of medical issues, but he's taking it all in stride. Zeke has a heart, just like any other kitten. He truly loves exploring his surroundings and even tries to climb. And now, Zeke's got a brother from another mother called Superhero, who also suffers from hydrocephalus. Superhero's story is also quite miraculous because since the day he was born, he'd always been in danger of being euthanized. The only reason that he and his biological brother Ollie were spared was because Lisa took them in and fostered them. Now Superhero is Zeke's older brother, and he takes his job seriously, protecting him in every way possible. Fortunately, Zeke was rescued by the Kaylee's Palace Rescue Sanctuary Manx Syndrome, and he's now a happy little kitty with a second chance at a wonderful life. What do you think about Zeke? Would you adopt him, even though he's got disabilities?
Photos of animals hidden in plain sight. Number 20. Giraffe. Giraffes might seem like easier prey for some wild cats in the savannah, but these giant animals have a pretty good camouflage scheme going for them. This one here tends to blend in pretty well with the environment, and it might take you a couple seconds to find them. Colorblind animals would certainly have difficult spotting this one. Number 19. Wolf. Can you spot this fierce wild canine? His coat also blends in pretty well to the color of the tree, and during winter when there's snow on the ground, he might become even more hard to spot. The gray and white fur make the wolf's stealth even more unbelievable. Just start paying a little extra attention next time you're hiking through the forest. Number 18. Great horned owl. Owls might get a reputation for being wise, but their unique feathers also make them pretty good for camouflage. He certainly doesn't want to make your bird watching trip easy. You're going to have to look extra hard if you want to find one of the most impressive birds in the forest. Turns out he's pretty wise when it comes to hiding, too. Number 17. American Pika. Can you spot this little herbivore that's related to rabbits and hares? He hopes the owl in the last one doesn't find him either. The American Pika tends to live in boulderous mountainsides, like you can tell from this photo, and primarily eats grass. They are very prone to temperature changes and have been found in higher elevations than ever before. This makes them even harder to spot, but with a close eye, you can probably tell he's right here. Number 16. Leopard. Leopards are excellent hunters and have keen instinct when it comes to stalking their prey. These wildcats have to get up close and personal in order to have a meal. Their camouflage also helps them with that. His sought-after coat blends in well with the dry grass, but after inspecting this photo, you can tell he's right there near the bottom right corner. Normally, by the time you can see him, it's already too late. Number 15. California ground squirrel. Squirrels are some of the more common animals people may come across, but they often scurry quick enough to make it hard to see them. This squirrel here is situated on top of a boulder and is hoping no bird will swoop down and snatch him for lunch. Luckily, he's blending in closely with the resting part of the rock. Number 14. Impala. The medium-sized antelope who shares its name with the type of car needs to stay well hidden even in plain sight if it wants to stay alive. These are most common in parts of South and Eastern Africa. It shares its habitat with not only predators, but also poachers, hoping to get a hold of its prized horns. So it needs to stay hidden as much as possible. Number 13. Wandering Tattler. If you're not wearing your glasses, you might not be able to spot this next animal located between a couple of rocks. Wandering Tattlers are a medium-sized wobbling bird that calls the rocks of the Pacific Ocean home. Their breeding grounds include parts of northwestern Canada as well as Alaska. Number 12. Coyote. Coyotes are native to Central and North America, with its close relative being the gray wolf that we already saw in this video. So you can already tell this one's going to be a good hider. Its fur is commonly a light gray, or in this case, even a reddish-brown color. This creature that's commonly depicted as a trickster in Native American folklore is right in front of your face, but difficult to see. He's right there in the middle left, waiting for you to spot him. Number 11. Nighthawk. Nighthawks are beautiful long-winged birds and are a treat to the eyes, that is, if you can spot them. Their dark-colored wings are made to resemble bark on a tree, and the color of their feathers makes them quite difficult to spot during the daytime. They are more active at night than most early birds, hence the name, but you can see this one awake during the day walking around on the rocky ground. Number 10. Cayman Lizard. Cayman lizards are most commonly found in freshwater deposits in Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. But you might have trouble finding this one. They often eat things like snails, but are also hunted by humans for their leather. Their skin makes it difficult to spot when there are green aquatic plants in the area, but you can still see his eyes popping out on the left side of the screen.
It's right there. I can see its eye.
Number 9. Striped walking stick. One species of insect that lives on narrow green leaves are known as the striped walking stick. You don't want to mistake these for caterpillars, even though it might look like it. It blends in extremely well with its environment, and this helps protect them from birds trying to eat them. These guys will take every advantage they can to help them stay alive. The white stripes on them kind of gives it away, and it might help you spot them in this photo.
If y'all are winning...
Number 8. Leaf bug. Your face is right in front of an insect, and you better watch out. Okay, luckily it's just on your screen, but this bug is so well camouflaged, you needed to be warned. Bugs shaped like leaves have a better chance of surviving in nature, and therefore have a better chance of reproducing and making other leaf-like bugs. If you're able to spot the antennas, you just found yourself a leaf bug. Congrats. Number 7. Giant leaf-tailed gecko. Luckily, animals that are well camouflaged don't tend to run away as quickly, at least in this case. It makes it much easier to take a photo of them, but that doesn't always mean it'll be easy to find them. This photo here was taken by a biology student in Madagascar. The leather of this lizard blends extremely well with the color of the bark. It would be sure to spook out some people if you didn't notice it at first and it was right in front of your face. Number 6. Canyon tree frogs. These amphibians spend much of their time on land as well as in the water, so they have to find a way to match the color of the surroundings on the land. The canyon tree frog has colored and patterned skin to match the rocks along the creeks where they live. They can also hunch into a ball so they appear to be just like a rock. Luckily, no one eats rocks, so this guy has a good scheme going on. Black cats. Here we see some decorative statues of black cats at someone's home. Many people think black cats might bring bad luck, so you have to wonder if this might be a witch's house or something. Hold on a second. One of these statues are actually alive. Turns out their form of camouflage is pretending they're a statue. Wolf spiders. Wolf spiders are one of the most dangerous species of spiders and are normally found in sandy regions. Can you imagine bending over to tie your shoe and seeing this thing look you in the eyes with its multiple eyes? This was actually discovered near Fraser River outside of Vancouver, so look out for creepy spiders next time you head north of the border. Number 3. Caterpillars. Caterpillars are often sought after as a tasty treat by many animals out there. They seem like easy targets because they can't move too quickly. This one here doesn't want to become anyone's next snack and blends in well with this leaf. This one is quite well at avoiding attention from unwanted predators, even if it's in plain sight. Number 2. Sidewinding adder. This venomous species of viper is commonly found in Namibia, as well as southern Angola. This small snake only reaches the size of about 10 inches. No one is going to eat this thing, so it usually doesn't need camouflage to hide from predators. It likes to bury its body under sand and strike unsuspecting geckos, injecting them with their venom. And number 1. Crocodile. You're probably not going to want to swim in these waters anytime soon. Crocodiles are excellent at hiding themselves in murky green waters of various locations around the world. When they want to be extra sneaky and stalk their prey, they stick out their large eyes from the water to spy on them. It's hard to believe sometimes that such large creatures can be so good at hiding themselves, so you better watch out next time you decide to take a swim at a swamp in Australia or Africa.
So I get an Epic Plane in any phone, and I get this one free.
All with unlimited gigs.
Bro, it's a BOGO free phone, bro.
Time for a switch. Switch to Boost, and for a limited time, you can buy one phone and get one free. Plus, get 5 lines for only $100 per month, bro.
19 silly photos taken at the right moment. Number 19. A perfect coincidence. Yes, Grandpa. Look at that. No varicose veins or anything. How's that possible? Obviously, those aren't his real legs, but ones that are painted on the bus advertising for lotion. He clearly has no idea what's going on and is just thinking, why is this person taking a picture of me? Number 18. At ease, soldier. Soldiers are expected to look and behave a certain way. This soldier, however, looks like he didn't get too much sleep the night before, which made for this satisfying snapshot. His fellow soldiers look ready for the next command, while this guy looks like he's ready for bed. This makes for one perfect contrast between the seriousness of everyone else's face and his goofy yawn. Number 17. Water polo. This photo was caught mere seconds, right before the goalie's head was physically replaced by this water polo ball due to the sheer force of the throw with. Just kidding, because that is physically impossible. Although the goalie probably did get smacked in the face and had a major headache for a few hours. This does serve as a nice what if someone wanted to know what a person would look like with a sports ball for a head. Number 16. Man Overboard. Plays Free Fallin' by Tom Petty in the background. This is why you shouldn't go whitewater rafting. Yes, let's go down a current of fast rushing water that could potentially capsize our tiny raft and drown us in the process. No thank you. This freeze frame is actually pretty hilarious, but surely this was a split second of comedy and a moment of worry. Hopefully that person wasn't seriously injured or anything. Number 15. Your whale